Hello and welcome to Ryno's Ravens Review, Draft Night Edition. No, not doing a live show during a draft, not editing a 3 or 4 hour video. You see I'm on BaltimoreRavens.com. Only 3 picks in the first 4 rounds. Picking at 22nd tonight. I think my plan is hopefully only sit here and talk for about 10 minutes-ish. And then when the Ravens pick, come back, final thoughts and such. Probably won't fit this in 10 minutes because there's a few things to talk about. Waited kind of a while to talk about this. A week, actually about close to 2 weeks. Waiting for bigger news to happen. You see this article written by Ryan Mink, editorial director for BaltimoreRavens.com, I assume. Ravens officially signed Odell Beckham Jr. Apparently, Odell Beckham Jr. was one of the demanded wide receivers by Lamar's camp. The other one was DeAndre Hopkins. The tweet was something to the effect, go sign Odell Beckham Jr. and DeAndre Hopkins and we'll talk. Okay. Pretty lofty demands to go along with all the money that he wants. I mean, perfectly allowed to do that if that's what you want to do. I just don't know if that's really good for the team. Where's the dollar amounts? Your $15 million deal. This is going to be a 1-year deal. That could be $18 million. You can see here. Not sure exactly what they mean by base salary. It's kind of confusing. Not that some of these contract talks aren't confusing. Tight salary cap restrictions. Haven't even talked about signing Lamar yet. We got tight salary cap restrictions. I'm going and spending $15 million on a wide receiver. Okay. I mean, at one time, he was probably the best wide receiver in the league. Now, other people have emerged, dealt with some injuries. Certainly potential to be a big playmaker for the Ravens, especially in the Monken pro-style offense that we're hoping is going to put a lot of points on the board. Here you go. Mr. Tom Pelissero, in a tweet, gives more details on the 1-year contract. $13.8 million signing bonus. Then the $1.1 million base salary. Okay, I guess that's what that means. There you go. $3 million in reachable incentives. Okay. I don't know. It just seems like a lot to me. And do they talk about knee problems? I mean, he's supposedly healthy and all. Doesn't mention it. But he does have knee issues. But most likely he had to pass some physical to get this deal. Talk about what the passing attack is going to look like as far as the people catching the ball. Shaw Bateman should be back healthy. We'll see. Free agent addition Nelson Aguilar, another wide receiver. Duvernay hopefully will come back healthy as well. Don't forget the tight ends, Mark Andrews and Isaiah Likely. Mark Andrews is the number one tight end. Likely definitely looks like a legitimate number 2 tight end to me. Potentially, he can look even better this year. So, without further delay, yes. Took him till draft day. See this article also written by Ryan Mink, editorial director. April 27, 2023, 7:20 p.m. is when they posted this on their own website. Yeah. I mean, they got it done. Do they have numbers in here? Where are the numbers? Big numbers. Big numbers. Where are they? Here you go. So, now we have the highest paid quarterback in the league playing for us. I don't know how I feel about that. 5-year deal worth $260 million. Average of an average of $52 million per year. Wow. That's a lot. Salary cap's only about $225. So 52 for one player is a lot. I mean, that's more than 20%. Or, well, let's bring up a calculator here. 52 divide 225. 23% of your salary cap for one guy. Part of me is really excited. Part of me is disappointed because congratulations, Baltimore. We will not win the Super Bowl in the next 5 years. Not with Lamar Jackson making that much money. Maybe a few years down the road when the salary cap goes up, we can afford to pay other people instead of just one guy. I mean, it's like one guy makes 23%, then that's what? 77% of the cap for the other 52 people. Okay. I mean, he's a great player. I'm not saying that he's not a good player. He doesn't deserve to make $50-something million a year. But you're limited on how much you can spend on players. Yes, Lamar Jackson will be they haven't signed the deal. They have agreed to the terms. So, I'm not going to play these videos, but again, agreeing in principle. It's not locked up, but they put out all these tweets. Well, I mean, I guess there's press releases to go along with this, but they're tweeting everything now. Lamar's tweeting that they agreed to terms. DaCosta's tweeting that they agreed to terms. There's a very small chance that this doesn't happen now, at this point. So, while it isn't guaranteed, it looks like, you're starting, go with an empty set. You're going to have Lamar Jackson throwing to Odell Beckham Jr., Nelson Aguilar, Rashad Bateman, Mark Andrews, or Isaiah Likely. Or maybe, oh my God, what's the running back's name? Oh, God, I hate it when I forget people's names. Where are you? J.K. Dobbins. Oh my God. I knew it was like an abbreviation. J.K. Dobbins in for Likely in an empty set, maybe. Doesn't sound that bad to me. Sounds like a great starting offense, provided you can block for him. That's another issue. Can't really afford to pay a left tackle at this point. Or I guess you can, but you can't pay anybody to play defense. Go out there with, a bunch of, what do they call it? Minimums, I guess. Some kind of minimum. And that's what you got, because you spent $52 million on Lamar Jackson a year. I think he did that on purpose to mess with us. Ray Lewis's number. Now we all hate 52. No, I'm just kidding. It's not true. I mean, yeah, this is great, but all right, so it's draft day. What do? We got our guy, our quarterback. We got 2 more wide receivers for him to throw to, along with, Bateman is already here. Assuming he and Duvernay coming back healthy and everything. So what do we need? Well, let's go back to the roster. I don't remember who the hell plays for this team anymore. Okay. No depth chart. There you go. Don't remember who. Who did we lose? Powers. We lost Ben Powers on the offensive line. It's not great. Stanley should still be here. Cleveland didn't look that bad last year. Linderbaum, they drafted his center the year before. McCary's still floating around between any position in the offensive line. Right tackle, they're pretty thin. As far as, no, they don't have thin offensive linemen. That did not come out right. They had Moses was one. Who was the other one? He got injured. No, I can't find. I don't remember who these people are. Who's the other tackle? One of the positions here. Zeitler's still around, so that's good. Ronnie Stanley. Oh. Who the hell is that? I don't know who that is. Falele. Okay. That's right. I don't think they look too bad on the offensive line. It does hurt losing Powers, but I think Cleveland is going to be okay. Maybe you look at tackle to shore up the right side. Though I think when healthy, I think Stanley at left tackle, McCary at right tackle, that's probably best. And I think they're okay. So I think you got to go defense heavy in this draft. In my opinion, pressure on a quarterback, it's almost non-existent for the Ravens, from what I can tell. Yeah, I mean, they sack the quarterback and they get in his face. So, okay, well, you got blitz a million people at a time. So I'm really hoping that they go for edge rushers. Yeah, because the positions are so intertwined now. They don't even go with, ends and linebackers, especially in the Ravens defense. It's like edge rusher. That's what I really want. Drafted Hamilton last year. You signed, was Marcus Williamson. Is he still here? Marcus Williams, I'm sorry. Marcus Williams, he's still going to be back. Demarion Williams, I think they call him Pepe. He looked pretty decent at corner. Stevens, he looks okay. We lost Marcus Peters. Still got Humphrey. So I think secondary's okay. You got Queen. You got Roquan Smith at the linebacker. Yes, it might be nice to have a third linebacker to go with him, but that's where the pass rusher comes in. So I think Ravens usually do really well at drafting interior defensive linemen. So I think we're good there. Really, where I see the hole in this team is putting pressure on the quarterback. You don't want to have to blitz 6 or 5 or 7. You don't want to have to do that every time to be able to put pressure on the quarterback. This team needs to put more pressure on the opponent quarterback. That's where you got to go. Whether you got to draft up, you got to draft down, or wherever, get you a pass rusher. All right, I think for now, for the moment, I'm going to stop the recording. I want an edge rusher. Don't really know that I see that much of a need anywhere else other than depth at certain positions. You could always use depth in the defensive secondary. You could always use depth on the offensive line. I want an edge rusher. Pause here, and when the pick is in, I will come back and finish up the video. And welcome back. Well, you know who the pick was. Okay. I know exactly what I want to say, I just don't know how to say it. I'm kind of pissed. Cool. I mean, this Zay Flowers dude, wide receiver, looks like he could play. Everybody wants to say he compares to Steve Smith Sr. It's very nice. But there's one football. There's one. One football. One football. You got Lamar Jackson. He wants the football. He's either going to run it or throw it. But then who's he got? He get Rashad Bateman, Odell Beckham, Nelson Aguilar, Devin Duvernay, Zay Flowers. I mean, first round draft pick. You got to be in there. Otherwise, what the hell did you pick him first round for? And that's just the wide receivers. Think about Mark Andrews, Isaiah Likely, Dobbins, or Edwards out of the backfield. Pat Ricard on their little fullback flat pass that they always like. How many people? That was like 10 people. One football. Had an edge rusher on the board. He was this edge rusher, Smith. I don't know a lot of these college guys, but he was projected to go around 18, I think. There are a few corners on the list as far as like the top 8 best available. You do kind of have to go with that best available mentality when you get later in the draft. Kinda. I mean, you usually have a few options. Try to pick the one that you think will benefit you the most. Apparently, they think another wide receiver. I mean, another one. Jesus. I mean, why don't you just fire your own self and make Lamar the complete runner of the whole damn franchise? And watch him run it into the ground. He obviously doesn't know what the hell he's doing. Another wide receiver. Oh my God. Oh, it's going to be a long 5 years. A long 5 years. They better go defense heavy with the rest of these picks. They better go defensive heavy. You can't throw the ball that much. You got to two running backs and a quarterback to feed carries to. Why he needs that many offensive weapons? He's not even a passing quarterback. He doesn't need 10 weapons. Yeah. I guess my reaction is wow, I don't even. Whatever. I welcome me eating crow when the season starts. I welcome it. They go out on the field and they're scoring 50 points a game and they're winning them all. It doesn't mean anything anymore. You score 50 points. Did you win? If you don't get any defenders, then you ain't stopping nobody. Yeah, let's just get all wide receivers. Let's put all wide receivers on the field because our quarterback wants that. Oh, you want that too. You want to be the highest paid quarterback in the league, and you also want a whole team of wide receivers. Okay, cool. However, all right. I can't believe they want wide receiver. I can't believe they want wide receiver. That's so stupid. It's just stupid. Dumb. I got any information on this kid? Boston College. Definitely showed ability to go get the ball. Of course, one reason why Steve Smith, and Steve Smith had lots of tenacity. He's tiny. Tiny wide receiver. Very small catch radius. Usually the shorter you are, the shorter your arms are. Lamar's not the most accurate guy. Just going to have to see how this one plays out, I guess. That's going to do it for me for draft night. I will most likely do another video on the entirety of the draft. Maybe. Annoyed that they picked a wide receiver. Be sure to like and subscribe. I am the Angry Ryno. Fly, Ravens, fly.